Friends, hello everyone. You are in the InStyle Knitting Studio. Today I want to briefly tell you how I knitted this bag from thick knitted yarn. If you like this model, let's start knitting. I used about 600 grams for this bag. As you can see, I had light grey and a slightly darker shade of light grey, just a bit darker. And I changed the yarn every row. Because I had these leftovers, I decided to combine them so nothing would be left. I ended up with a bag. And what else do we need? Well, some handles. I think these handles don't quite match this bag. But at that time, I didn't have any other ones. So, I attached these bamboo ones. You can use other ones. Or you can even knit some handles. I decorated the bag with a fluffy keychain. So, how is this bag knitted? It is knitted from the bottom up. I used a hook number 10, and what do? Initially, we knit the bottom. That is, we need to knit this oval. While knitting the bottom of this oval, I finished each row with a slip stitch and a chain stitch. So, I knitted not in a spiral, but with chain stitches. And I'll say right away that these chain stitches were not included in the total number of all stitches. That is, when counting the stitches in each row, I did not include or consider the chain stitches. So my bottom consists of 3 rows. So, how do we start knitting? We cast on 16 chain stitches plus 1 chain stitch for height. Then, in the first row, we will stitch our chain with single crochet stitches. And in these end stitches we will crochet 5 single crochet stitches each. Here, 5 in here. After finishing the row, having crocheted 5 single crochet stitches here, we make a connecting stitch and 1 chain stitch to rise to the second row. Moving to the second row, we knit 16 single crochet stitches. Next we knit 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch of the previous row. Then we knit 3 single crochet stitches in that outer stitch. After that, we again knit 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch of the previous row. Here we have moved to the other side, the opposite side, and here we again knit 16 single crochet stitches. And on this side we do the same thing. 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch, 3 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch, and again 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch. After this, we again connect the row, make a slip stitch, and 1 chain stitch to rise to the third row. How do we knit the third row? We knit 17 single crochet stitches. After that, we knit 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch. Next, we knit 1 single crochet stitch. After that, we knit 3 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch of the previous row. Then we knit 1 more single crochet stitch. Next, we knit 2 single crochet stitches. After this, we knit 18 single crochet stitches up to our opposite bend. 18 single crochet stitches are knitted. After this, we repeat here, we knit the same thing. 2 single crochet stitches in 1 stitch, 1 single crochet stitch, 3 single crochet stitches. Then again, 1 and 2 single crochet stitches. And after this, we knit 1 more regular single crochet stitch. In total, we should have 54 stitches in the third row. And we again make a slip stitch and 1 chain stitch to rise. That's it, our bottom is knitted. If you want a slightly bigger bag, for example, we add 1 more row. Now we begin knitting the fabric of the bag. That is, right now we will knit in a circle upwards. When knitting the first row of the bag fabric, we will knit single crochet stitches into the back loops of our previous third row of the bottom. Why into the back loops? Because we want a stripe like this to form here. That is to say, it would mark the bottom. In this row, we make increases on both sides. That is, we knit 2 single crochet stitches into 1 stitch from the previous row, here and here. This is the first row. In the third row, we had 54 stitches, 54 single crochets, and this row will have 56 single crochets. Let's move on to the second row. We make a slip stitch. Here we have joined our row and make 1 chain stitch for height. Immediately here, I made 1 half double crochet. I made it together with this chain stitch. After that, I made another chain stitch. Now, how do we knit the second row? We crochet 2 single crochet stitches together. Here are the 2 single crochet stitches crochet together. After this, we knit 1 chain stitch and repeat this until the end of the row. 2 single crochet stitches into 1 stitch together, then 1 chain stitch. Again, 2 stitches together, 1 chain stitch. At the end of the row, we make a slip stitch. How do we knit the third row? We crochet 2 single crochet stitches together. That is, we insert the hook into the chain stitch of the previous row. Then, into the single crochet of the previous row, we take the working yarn and crochet 3 stitches on the hook. This is how we will crochet 2 single crochet stitches together. Inserting the hook into the chain stitch, then into the single crochet of the previous row. After we have crocheted 2 single crochet stitches together, we make 1 chain stitch. We will alternate this, repeating until the end of the row. 2 single crochet stitches together, 1 chain stitch. 2 single crochet stitches together, 1 chain stitch. At the end of the row, we make a slip stitch and move on to the next row. When moving to the next row, I did not crochet height stitches. I simply made a slip stitch and began crocheting right away. For a row now, all subsequent rows are knitted just like we did for the third row. Thus, we continue until the height of the bag reaches 20 centimeters. After this, we make a slip stitch and 1 chain stitch to rise. We hide the yarn, and it turns out we have finished our bag. What do we have inside the bag? I don't have a lining yet. I don't know if I will attach one at all. But I crocheted another row of single crochet stitches inside. That is, I took the inside of the bag facing me, attached the yarn and crocheted single stitches in a circle without increases, just went around. Look here, this is our last row. Here is the last row. Here is the last row. Here is the loop. Yes, the stitch rather. And on that side, I caught it here. That is, I placed the inside facing me and poked the hook under the first row right here. Yes, just like that I pulled the yarn through. That is, I caught it behind these stitches. It ends up behind the second row. If viewed from above, it's the second row. That is, so that here we have the last row completely on top. Yes, a little lower was our additional row attached for what? To sew in the zipper here, to attach a fastener. So far, I have only found this kind of lock. It matches the color-wise. It doesn't really fit. I don't know. Maybe I will keep looking for another one. But in general, I will sew it on like this. It's even quite long. It needs to be shortened a bit. We will see how we will sew it on. We unzip the lock, lay it like this and sew it on. Thus, from the inside to our yarn, or in principle here, it is possible not to use a lock. We can think of some other fasteners, some buttons or magnets. Anything will do, by the way. I just wrapped the handles like this with yarn. Yes, I attached it from the inside, but that's all. I hope it was clear to you. If you have any questions left, please ask them in the comments. I will try my best to answer them. I understand that I explained it rather chaotically, perhaps. And some things are probably not as clear as I would like. In any case, friends, I will be happy to see your comments. Thank you for your attention. I hope you will create beautiful summer bags. Have a lovely summer. Bye bye. Bye.